is very exciting. We are on the River Tweed with some serious possibilities here. So this is like a dream come true. So we're staying here at the Dryburgh Abbey Hotel. My wife's up there in the hotel watching me fish. We are allowed to fish this river right here. It's fly fishing only. I just brought a Tenkara, but gonna give it a shot. The hotel was good enough. They had a whole set of waders my size that they could lend me, which is amazing. So I've got pretty much everything I need to catch some trout. This is gorgeous. Even if I catch nothing, I'm just so excited to be here, operational, and giving it a shot. So this is just a gorgeous section of river here, and it looks very fishable for trout. Pretty good current going there. I'm going to try to fish along the edges of it. I'm assuming the trout will be in the kind of the softer stuff here on the edge. Yeah, the footing's a little bit slippery, but don't have my wading pole as I normally would, but we'll just have to proceed cautiously. There's a ton of minnows in the water here, so that's got to be a good sign. And there's mayflies all over the place, pretty much trout nirvana. I'm going to start here. Normally I'd work my way up, but just to kind of learn the water, I'm going to start here, work my way down, and just try the edges here. Yeah, I'm seeing some fish hitting up at the surface here, right at the end of this little peninsula, so I'm going to give that a shot. Oh yeah, all through there, I can see them. I've actually got my shortest Tenkara rod here, which is my 10-footer. I took it because it travels. It packs better. I may try to go with a much longer line and tippet here and to get out as far as I can and throw some heavier nymphs. Yeah, just to let you know what I'm doing here, just so you can see how this goes. What I'm doing is drifting the nymphs and just trying to get to the bottom of the water, down where it's a little bit slower. This is a good spot here though. They're feeding all over the place right where I'm at, so just a matter of whether I can give the right presentation. I mean, it's a shorter rod, but still should be able to make this work. So I switched over to a woolly bugger. I did see a lot of minnows in the water earlier, and we'll see if that scares something up. Yeah, but right in this area there was definitely trout hitting. I think the speed is right, the drift is right, and the trout are definitely here, so it might be just what I'm throwing here. Oh, that's awesome. There's some more mayflies. Mayflies are out. That's freaking awesome. This has to start some feeding. I'm not really showing a mayfly here with a woolly bugger though. Oh yeah, they're feeding on the mayflies here. I got to do a dry dropper. Yeah, it's really cool though, just to be out here. You watch the mayflies come across and all of a sudden this trout just start biting like crazy. I mean, there's some nice hatches happening right now on this river. If I knew what I was doing, man, I'd be cleaning up. And maybe with a little bit longer rod, although there's trout all around here, so I should theoretically be able to strike something. We got the dry dropper set up here. Let's see what we can do. There's mayflies all over the place. I don't know if I can keep the dry, but he's in the water anyhow. It's a caddis on top and a pink bead-headed nymph on the bottom. And you can see they are flying all around here. You've actually got, I think you've got caddis, and then there's also some mayflies in there. I mean, it's a pretty nice spot right here, and they were feeding. And the caddis is right on the surface like he's supposed to be. We got a really cool looking heron there. I believe that's what that is. Anyhow, that's it for today. Did not get any hits. Kind of learned the water. I think I'm going to try the shallower part here in the morning. Hey, good morning. It's early morning here. Again, we're back for day 2 on the River Tweed. You can see the place we're staying at here. We're actually at the Dryburgh Abbey Inn. The old abbey from like the 600s is over that way. So pretty cool spot, and lots of salmon and trout in this river. We can see if we can scare one up. I'm gonna try down that way. In the basically the borders region of Scotland, and we're trying to catch some brown trout. There's a ton of them here. I've got my Tenkara. I'm doing a dry dropper arrangement right now, and gonna see if we can float through this shallow section here and scare something up. Yeah, so far a few casts, no hits. I'm gonna mix it up here. I think I'm gonna go with a little bit bigger caddis. Got a pretty small one here. It's not making much of a float. And here's the bead head I'm using right now. Well, tell you what, you couldn't find a better spot to try to experiment catching trout than right here. This is gorgeous. Can't believe I'm standing here in this river fishing right now. And there definitely are fish. There's a ton of salmon. Actually, the manager at the hotel said he mostly fishes for salmon here, and does pretty well. All right, well, I'm working this shallow section here, just trying to do a drift whip, and again, it's with a dry dropper. I tried just doing a dry, but it didn't really work. Really couldn't get a good cast. It was just moving so fast here. You really need the dropper to slow things down just a little bit. We're trying to keep the dry out of the water a little bit, but with limited success. But I did see a lot of trout feeding here last night, so they're definitely sitting behind the rocks and stuff. Looks like the sun's just starting to come up. Oh yeah, I see some trout feeding right up there. So it's happening. The hatches are starting to come up. Okay, well, we've tried waltz worm here. And again, all I'm doing is trying to drift it into some of these little pockets behind the rocks. Like right there. Right there, where it kind of slows down. I've seen some fish hitting, and I'm trying to keep the dry on the water, but keeping it dry. But I see them feeding over here, like this, right here. So, like right there. So I assume they're sitting where the water is slow, right there, behind these rocks. There's some really cool birds flying around. I don't know what they are, but I haven't seen anything like them in the States. Make a lot of noise. Well, that might be all we have for today here. Unfortunately, we didn't scare up any trout. We saw a lot of fish on the water, but was not able to with my Tenkara setup here, which is a kind of a humble setup here. Weren't really able to present properly, I suppose. Or we just need to spend a little more time figuring out what the trout want here. And maybe we'll do that on a future trip. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed the scenery, the birds, and the Tweed River, or the River Tweed. And you know, it's pretty cool to get to do something like this. I'm really fortunate and blessed. Thanks to my wife for setting us up here at the Dryburgh Abbey Hotel. Just to wrap it up, did not catch any trout today here on the River Tweed. We'll see you again soon on the next edition of Yinzer Fishing. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the like button and subscribe. And we'll see you soon. See ya.